This will definitely be round 3 question. 4 friends A, B, C, D went to a food corner and bought samosa, kachori, jalebi, and imrati. Now each of the 4 friends selected 2 items out of 4 and had 2 pieces of them. No 2 friends has the same combination of 2 items. Per piece price are given below. When asked about the visit the corner, each friend made 2 statements. So these are the statements of the persons. Later on, it was observed that out of the 2 statements made by each of the friends, one statement was false, other was true. And if any statements made by any of the 4 statements given more than one information, either both the information are true or both are false. So if I know that one of the information is false, the other has to be false, and the same is true for vice versa. Now, the prices of the items are 5, 6, 4, and 5.5. So if I buy 2 pieces of each, we'll have 10 rupees, 12 rupees, 8 rupees, and 11 rupees. Now, if you see the statement second of B, A spent a total of 18 rupees, and one of the items that he had was the costliest of the 4 items. So costliest, that means rupees 6 rupees, right? So if he had bought item which is worth of 6 rupees, that means for 2 items he had spent 12 rupees on that. So remaining is 6 rupees. So if he has spent total 18 rupees, it should be 12 plus 6, but you do not have any number, right, which gives you 18 when added to 12. That means this statement has to be false, right? So A spent 18 rupees, this is false, and he bought the costliest item, that is also false. That means statement A has to be true, that I spent the maximum possible amount at the food corner, right? So if I make a table out of this, this is the table, and we know that B spent the maximum possible amount. Maximum possible amount would be 12 plus 11, that is 23. So B spent 23 rupees, that I know, and he must have bought an item worth rupees 6 and 5.5. Okay. Now, the second statement of D says B spent a total of 23 rupees, which is true. That means this statement has to be true, so this has to be false. So if D says I had samosa, which is false, so I can put a cross here, which is of rupees 5.5 per piece. That means cost of samosa is not 5.5, right? Now A's first statement is one of the item that I bought was costliest out of the 4 items, and D spent a total of 20 rupees and did not have jalebi. So A says that one of the item was costliest of the 4 items, which cannot be true because statement 2 of B was that one of the item bought by A was the costliest, which statement is false. That means the statement 1 has to be false, so statement 2 has to be true. So D spent a total of 20 rupees and did not have jalebi. So D did not have jalebi, this is true. And he spent 20 rupees, that means has to be 6 plus 4, twice of that, right? And A did not buy the costliest item, so he cannot buy the item is of rupees 6, and A did not spend total rupees, this one, that's okay, right? Now statement 1 of C says D did not have samosa as well as jalebi, which is true, right? So if this is true, this has to be false. So cost of kachori was rupees 6, this is false. That means cost of kachori has to be 4, and cost of Imarti has to be 6. 6 plus 4 is 10, twice of that, right? Now we know that cost of kachori is rupees 4 and cost of Imarti is 6, and cost of samosa is not 5.5, so cost of jalebi has to be 5.5, and cost of samosa has to be 5 in that case. Now because B has got items worth 6 rupees and 5.5 rupees, that means B should have jalebi and Imarti. Now question 1 says A spent a total of 21 rupees, then which of the following item A had at the food corner? So 21 rupees means double of 10.5. 10.5 you will get when you add 5 to 5.5. That means A must have samosa and jalebi in that case. Hence the correct option is B. Next says how many friends out of the 4 had Imarti at the food corner? So we do not have information about Imarti. That we had that B and D had Imarti, but we have no information about A and C, right? We have information about A in fact, because A had not taken item with rupees worth 6, so A cannot have Imarti, but we do not have information about 6, since the option is CBT cannot be determined. Next is if the total amount spent by C was more than that of D, but right, so that I know that D has spent 20 rupees. So if C is more than 20 rupees and less than 23, it could have spent 21 or 22. So for 21, he must have bought 5 and 5.5, that is samosa and jalebi, double of that, or samosa or and Imarti, right? So we'll have samosa and Imarti, one of the possibility, and samosa and jalebi, the possibility, and the correct option is option D. Next is the total amount spent by the 4 friends put together could not be more than. So you have to find the maximum value of this. Two values we already know, it is 20 and 23, right? So to maximize this, I can have 22. So for 22, we should have 5 and 6. That means this and this. And if I make 21 here, I should have 5 and 6, 5 and 5.5. So this and this. I cannot say take worthy here. So 21 is possible, 22, 23 and 20. Hence the summation of these values will be 86, correct option B.